Have you had something hard to do? For example, training, work, a goal that mattered. At first, you push, then you burn out. Not because you're weak, but because your mind is fighting the pain. In feudal Japan, samurai solved this with a 4-step system called Shugyo. It didn't motivate them, it rewired them until hard things felt normal. To understand Shugyo, you don't start with rules, you start with a story. This is the story of Ren. He was a talented samurai trainee, clean strikes, precise footwork, fast learner. But his masters noticed something. When training became brutal, Ren always stopped early. Not quitting, just stopping at the edge. He finished the drill, but never the last repetition. He trained hard, but only until it became uncomfortable. When fatigue arrived, he backed off instead of adapting. This is where most people stall. You just stop right before progress begins. One evening, Ren's master called him forward. "Why do you slow down when training becomes severe?" Ren answered honestly. "Because the body has limits." The master shook his head. "Wrong." He stepped closer. "The body adapts far beyond what you believe. It is the mind that asks to stop." The next morning before dawn, Ren was taken outside the dojo. Cold air, wet ground, no explanation. The master pointed to the training yard. "From today," he said, "you will choose hardship before it chooses you." Ren trained barefoot in the cold. He repeated drills after fatigue had already arrived. He carried weight when his body wanted relief. No one forced him to stay. That was the point. Shugyo does not begin with punishment. It begins with choice. The samurai understood something modern people ignore. Suffering is inevitable, but when you suffer is optional. By choosing discomfort daily, they removed its power. Pain that surprises the nervous system feels threatening. Pain that is expected becomes neutral. And neutral pain stops draining you. The master explained it simply. "You think this training is hard because your mind treats it as danger. Repeat it daily, and the alarm will shut off." This wasn't philosophy. It was conditioning. The samurai trained their nervous system the same way they trained their sword, through repetition. Cold became routine. Fatigue became normal. Difficulty lost its emotional charge. This is why seasoned warriors stayed calm under pressure. Their brains had learned that discomfort was not a threat. Ren began to understand. Hardship wasn't the enemy. Avoidance was. This is where progress actually happens. If you only do what you think you can do, you stay the same. Growth begins when you go slightly past your limit, every time. Not recklessly, not dramatically, consistently. The lotus grows in mud, not comfort. It doesn't complain about the darkness, it uses it. Shugyo works the same way. Now look at modern life. You avoid discomfort all day. Then effort feels overwhelming, not because it's hard, but because your brain is unfamiliar with resistance. This is why workouts feel heavier than they are, why focus drains you, why hard work feels personal. Shugyo reverses this. You choose one difficult thing, not extreme, not heroic, just uncomfortable enough to trigger resistance, and you do it every day, not until motivated, not until inspired, until your brain stops calling it hard. The master gave Ren one final correction. Pain you choose trains you. Pain you avoid controls you. Ren bowed, and Shugyo had begun. Step 2. Remove escape. After weeks of training, Ren noticed something. The pain hadn't changed. The cold still burned. His muscles still failed. But now, during training, his eyes kept drifting. Not toward the work, toward the end. He counted repetitions, measured the sun, tracked time. Not because he wanted to quit, because he wanted to know when he could. That's when his master stopped him. "Why are you counting?" he asked. Ren answered carefully. "So I know how much is left." The master nodded. "That is the problem." Ren asked the question he'd been holding back. "May I rest?" The master didn't answer. Instead, he asked, "If I let you rest today, what will your mind look for tomorrow?" Ren paused. "The next chance to rest." "Exactly." Then the correction came. "As long as an exit exists, your mind will aim for it." The next day, the structure disappeared. No fixed endpoints, no lighter sessions, no permission to stop early. Training ended when the master decided, not when Ren felt done. At first, it was unbearable. Without an endpoint, Ren's mind panicked. Fatigue felt heavier. Time dragged. His body could continue. His mind hated the uncertainty. This was Shugyo. The samurai understood something most people don't. Effort doesn't drain you. Decision does. Every time you ask, "Can I stop? Is this enough? Should I rest?" you leak energy. Not physically, neurologically. Choice under stress signals danger to the brain. Remove the choice, and the alarm shuts off. The master said it plainly. You think freedom comes from options. Discipline comes from removing them. This is how samurai trained before battle. No negotiations, no inner debate, no emotional bargaining. Orders were clear. Action followed. And something shifted. When quitting was no longer available, Ren's mind stopped arguing. The work was still hard, but it felt lighter, not easier, quieter. This is why Shugyo feels ruthless. It removes the illusion of control. Modern people exhaust themselves negotiating with their own impulses. One more rep, one more email, skip today, fix it tomorrow. The samurai removed the conversation entirely. They trained because it was decided, not because they felt strong, not because they were motivated, because it was no longer optional. Ren realized the truth. He hadn't been tired before. He had been undecided. Once escape disappeared, his energy stabilized. Effort stopped spiking. Focus stopped crashing. This is why disciplined people look calm. They aren't forcing themselves. They aren't fighting temptation. They removed the exit long ago. The master tested him once more. He stopped Ren mid-training. "You are free to leave," he said. Ren didn't move. "I will finish." The master nodded. Shugyo had taken root. Remove escape, and the mind adapts. Leave escape, and the mind will betray you. Step 3. Rhythm over emotion. Once escape was removed, Ren expected the training to finally crush him. It didn't. Something else disappeared. The days stopped feeling different. Cold mornings, hot afternoons, rain, fatigue, soreness. It no longer mattered. Ren stopped checking how he felt. He trained because the hour had arrived. One morning, as Ren prepared his armor, the master stopped him. "Why do you train today?" Ren didn't hesitate. "Because it is time." The master nodded. "Then emotion no longer commands you." This was the third step of Shugyo. The samurai never trusted motivation. They knew feeling was unstable, so they replaced it with rhythm. Training began at the same hour, followed the same structure, ended the same way. Good day or bad day, no adjustment. Not reckless, consistent. And something shifted. When Ren trained on strong days, it felt normal. When he trained on weak days, it felt the same. The work didn't change. His reaction to it did. This is where effort becomes lighter, not because the task is easier, but because resistance is gone. The master said it plainly. When emotion leads, work feels heavy. When rhythm leads, work becomes neutral. Emotion burns energy. Routine preserves it. Ren noticed it during training. No hype, no self-talk, no countdown. His body moved first. The mind followed. This wasn't mindlessness, it was alignment. Modern science would later name this automaticity, when action shifts from effort to habit. The samurai didn't need a term. They trained until movement required no permission. This is why professionals outperform the motivated. They don't wait to feel ready. They don't negotiate with mood. When the time comes, they act. Ren realized how much energy he used to waste. Thinking, preparing, trying to feel prepared. Now there is nothing to debate. Training happened whether he wanted it or not, and because of that, it stopped draining him. This is where most people break. They wait for the right mood. They treat discipline like a request. The samurai treated it like a fact. Ren noticed another change. His confidence stopped swinging. Good sessions didn't inflate him. Bad sessions didn't crush him. Consistency flattened emotion. Strength became stable. At the end of training, the master gave one instruction. Do not train hard, he said. Train regularly. Hardness fades, rhythm remains. Ren bowed. The training continued. Step 4. Forged identity. Nothing about the training changed. Same cold, same weight, same routine. But Ren was different. One morning, after the drills ended, the master watched him quietly. Then he asked, "Is this training still difficult?" Ren didn't answer right away. He searched for the struggle that used to define every session. It was still there. It just didn't matter anymore. "It is familiar," Ren said. The master nodded. "Then Shugyo is complete." This was the final step. Not more effort, not more suffering. Identity. The samurai never tried to become strong by force. They trained until hardship stopped feeling like hardship. What you repeat long enough becomes normal. What becomes normal stops draining you. Ren no longer prepared himself for training. No mental buildup, no emotional resistance, no need to push. When the time came, his body moved. The mind followed. This is the difference between discipline and identity. Discipline requires pressure. Identity does not. When hard work is something you do, it costs you energy. When hard work is who you are, it gives you stability. This is why veteran samurai looked calm before battle, not fearless, conditioned. Their nervous systems had learned that stress was not a signal to panic. It was simply information. The master explained it once, without ceremony. When effort disappears, mastery begins. Ren understood. He was no longer proving anything, no longer enduring. He was simply acting in alignment with what he had become. Modern people mistake this for talent. They see someone train consistently, work relentlessly, remain steady under pressure, and assume they were born different. They weren't. They were conditioned. Their brains had been rewired through repetition until difficulty lost its emotional weight. This is why doing hard things every day changes how the brain labels them. Neural resistance fades, stress response lowers, action becomes default. Hard things stop feeling hard, not because they are easier, but because you are different. The lotus does not struggle against the mud. It grows through it. Shugyo works the same way. By the time Ren was dismissed from the courtyard, the training no longer felt like training. It felt like order. The master's final words were simple. From this point on, effort will not save you. Only who you are will. Ren bowed. The path of Shugyo had ended, but the way of doing hard things had only just begun. You don't need samurai masters. Life will train you either way. The only choice is whether the suffering is chosen.